Haribol, everybody. Welcome to Gokula House. Namaste. For our Sunday afternoon kirtan. I'm just going to be doing 15 minutes and handing it over to Amir, who's going to do the Goranga relaxation. The first two are mantras are prayers to our spiritual master, which aren't our spiritual teacher, which aren't on the. There's some mantra sheets just there near the flowers if anyone wants one. And Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutali Shrimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutali Shrimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Siddhi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Get it? Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Beautiful. Thanks everyone for coming. Welcome. And we have invite Amir up to do the Guranga guided meditation.
All right. Very well, everyone. Welcome. So, in the next 15 minutes or so, we are going to have a guided meditation. Excuse me. And we are actually going to explore the nature of our mind, right? So, we are going to know more about our mind and to find out our position with regards to our mind. Quite amazing lessons to realize. Let's see how we go. So, please sit very comfy for me, very relaxed, shoulders back, heads upright. And gently close your eyes. Majority of people tend to blindly follow every proposition that their mind offers to them. We tend to surrender to our mind and serve the mind like a servant, thinking that we are our mind or that our mind is part of us. But that is not true. In this practice called silent witness meditation, we are going to explore that. Let's visualize sitting in a bank of an ever-flowing stream that could be a stream you've seen before, or even an imaginary stream. The stream represents your mind, and you are the silent witness sitting in the bank of the stream, observing its content, like the thoughts and emotions. Just like the stream could be having clear water or could be polluted or muddy, so can be the stream of your mind stuff. Could be clear or could be muddy with lots of negative thoughts or negative emotions. But no matter how it is, it's not you. Just like the stream is detached from the observer, you are detached from your mind. Thoughts appear on the surface of the stream, just like bubbles that appear on the surface of, thoughts appear on the surface of your mind, just like bubbles that appear on the surface of the stream. And you'll find that unless you want to latch on a specific thought, or you want to judge a specific thought, the thought appears and disappears very quickly, like a bubble that appears and bursts after a few seconds. The mind is a sitting place for millions of thoughts, desires, emotions, demands, and so on. If we identify with the mind, we are like a person who is helplessly swept down the stream with its strong currents. It's, however, extremely liberating to realize that we are not the mind and that we are not the thoughts either. We are the silent witness sitting in the bank of the stream of mind, constantly observing its content. This is a wonderful lesson to realize. And just by knowing that you are ahead of 99.9% of people in the world, by knowing this, we know that we shouldn't trust our mind. According to yoga wisdom, unless we are adopting authentic meditation in our life, our mind is like our enemy. We shouldn't trust it. And we should actually regularly meditate to have our mind tamed and bring it under control. And that could be a starting point for a happy life. This is just the beginning. This is just one side benefit of mantra meditation. Many more to come. So, how should I do it? It's quite easy. Mantra meditation is quite easy. We chant different mantras here like Gauranga, like Krishna, Gopala, Om, Hari, Om. And simply by hearing and chanting these spiritual sounds, we get the chance of having our consciousness cleansed and to bring our mind under control as well. So what we are going to do now is to do a bit of Gauranga, and we do lots more of kirtan meditation after dinner. Gauranga means the golden ocean of spiritual love. Quite amazing mantra. It's got 4 syllables. Go, ra, an, ga. So we are shortly going to join the guys in the background saying Gauranga a few times, and then we do some Gauranga on guitar as well. So let's listen to the guys in the background one more time, and then we will join them. Let's listen. And let's join. Deep breathing. Let's do 2 more. Keep your eyes closed and let the mantra resonate in your mind and your heart. And to cleanse your mind and heart from any negative thoughts or negative emotions like envy, jealousy, hatred, etc., etc. We are now going to do some Gauranga on guitar. We start with something called attentive listening meditation, which is just to listen and immerse and rest our mind in the beautiful mantra. And then halfway through we join each other to say the mantra all together. Gora Anga Gora Please join me. Gora Anga Gora Two more. Gora Anga. So beautiful. One last. Gora Anga. All right, Gauranga. Please bring your focus back to the room and become aware of the room and people around you. And if you like, you can now gently open your eyes, probably putting your palm together, creating some nice warmth, and massage your face. All right, awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. And I would like to invite my dear friend Tadat Manadas to come and give us a talk on yoga wisdom. Haribol and Namaste.
Hey, well, guys. Nice to see you here. Looking around the room. Okay. My name's Tadat Manadas. I'm a disciple of Jagaguru Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. He's just coming in the line of the Brahma Sampradaya since time immemorial. Sounds good. What a title, eh? I'm making fun. But the thing is that anything we're saying has been around since time immemorial. There's nothing needed to be made up or added to. The only thing that may change is for example, sometimes we give an analogy, and we may give a more modern days type of analogy than something from some past culture and some ancient history, which is not relevant now, you know? So the basic teachings of yoga begin with on the platform of understanding my essence. Who am I? What am I? And as Amir is pointing out, you know, most people in this world today are a little confused about their identity. Just because I'm in a male body doesn't mean I'm a male. Just because you may be in female bodies doesn't mean you're female. There's a deeper way to understand another living entity, and that's through the vision of what we call third eye. Third eye simply means when a person arrives at that platform of realizing aham brahmasmi, I am spirit. I'm an eternal spark of life, temporarily using this material body. And they view the world from that consciousness, from that awareness about themselves. So if I look at one of you in the room, I'm looking at another spirit soul just like me. You may be using male or female bodies or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's insubsequential. It just does not matter. Because that's not you. You are not your body. Which goes against what some people try and teach us. But the fact is, in yoga history, this is the primary teaching. This is where we begin. This is our point of kindergarten, so to speak. Realizing my essence as being spiritual in nature, eternal. And I'm temporarily stuck in this material body. And it may last, you know, however long, 20 years, 100 years max, usually. In Kali Yuga, it's described the human form of life. If you get one, then, you know, the duration of life in Kali Yuga is, you know, maxes out around 100 years. So, you know, there you go. Problem is why we're in it, why we're in the material body, we get caught by the illusion of thinking I am it. Yeah? This material body I have on has 5 working senses. It has a tongue, it has a nose, it has ears, it has eyes, and it has a sense of touch. These are the 5 basic senses we have. And they're continuously feeding information onto the mind. Whatever the senses are seeing or perceiving is being printed onto the mind, much like information, in the old days they used to use a lot of tapes, recorded information going onto a tape. And subconscious memory is simply some experience you've had in the past via your senses, and it's firmly entrenched into your subconscious mind. Yeah. Oftentimes I'll use the analogy of holding an orange, and it's not hard to imagine because in the past you've experienced one. Maybe when you were a little tyke, you may have been 2 years old, 3 years old when your senses first perceived an orange. You witnessed that event happening and it got recorded onto your conscious mind at that time. Now it's firmly entrenched as subconscious memory. So when I say an orange, it's not hard to imagine one because you've seen one in the past many times. So it's firmly entrenched in your subconscious memory. Then if I say, let's add the sense of touch, peeling the orange, and the pulp under the thumbnail. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows what I'm saying. The tearing sound of the flesh, you know what I'm saying, of the orange. The atomized vapors, the nose has had that experience, smelling an orange. And lastly, the tongue. It's not hard to imagine or remember the taste of an orange. So when we place our attention onto an orange, it's not hard to get the full experience because all the 5 senses have firmly printed the information of what an orange is onto the conscious mind in the past many times, and it's firmly entrenched as subconscious memory. So as I'm saying each thing, it's easy for you to perceive the experience of an orange. What you have to ask is who was watching. Maybe the first time you saw an orange, if you were 2 years old, you were there then. You were there then in a little body. It's not that body just ate a lot of food and got big. No, if that was the case, your body would be the size of a small mountain, all the food you've eaten over the years. No, there's metabolism going on, laws of nature making the body continuously changing on the cellular level, on the molecular level. It's changing constantly. As I eat food, as I breathe air, take water and sunlight, new cells are beginning to form all the time, and the old ones are dying, falling off. And the form primarily, we have breath, we have mucus, stool, urine, skin, hair, fingernails, whatever. The whole cells expel themselves from the body via one of these many channels. So that means the hand, if I hold this hand up, you can know I didn't have that hand 2 years ago. It didn't exist. It was making up some other thing. Who knows what? I was doing this, we're doing a video on the science of identity, and you have a person, they're eating an apple, right? And what happens after they eat the apple? It's going to go through the system, and eventually you're going to have to go to the toilet, and it'll come out as stool, the remnants of that apple. So that stool passes down through the sewers, and maybe some worms start eating the stool. This is the law. This is what goes on. Some little worms eating it. Then a bird comes along and eats the worm, right? So now those particles of matter are moving, aren't they, through different cycles. The bird takes a twit in a grassy field, and the cow eats right where the grass, right that piece of grass where the bird had a twit. So now the cow, and then it comes out as a glass of milk. So that's, if you're talking about magicians, Mother Nature's the best. She can turn an apple into a glass of milk. It's pretty cool. And we know how she does it, and it's friggin' amazing. It's just that these laws are at work. turning over material energy, turning it over, turning it over. We are not this energy. We get to use it, we get to sit on it for a while, and then we get kicked out by death, you see. This is what happens. But when we're in it, we get caught by it, you see. It's always, you know, the little sense objects are always there ready to entice us. You know, for the little kid, it may be a candy, right? Right. For the big guy, it may be the form of the opposite sex. Who knows? Something that attracts his mind in that way. His sense of touch is, you know, whatever. Could be anything. Could be the desire for anything. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly points out the psychology of all this. He says, while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for that object. And from attachment, lust. I've got to have it, I've got to have it. And you start tick, 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 figuring out how to get it. After all, if it's a Ferrari, in my case, I'm going to have to do a lot of thinking, a lot of planning to get the money to buy the damn thing. And I'll probably fail anyway. It's not my socio-economic level, unfortunately. Well, fortunately. Yeah? So from lust develops, and from lust, anger. Why? Because if what I'm trying to put my senses onto, there can be a frustration in that. The frustration of not having it and wanting it can create anger. The frustration of someone else getting it or not being able to achieve it can promote anger in the body. Yeah, I want it. I want it. You know, like a little kid stomping their feet because they're not getting the ice cream. It's the same. It's the same. Whether it's an adult or a child, it's exactly the same. This is how it works. So from that anger, Krishna describes that the memory becomes bewildered. You know those times when you've had a friend and they were so angry that you can't even reason with them. You might be trying to give them some wisdom, you know, you say, take a few breaths, man. Calm down, calm the farm, you know, because they're just angry. Just chill, man. Isn't that common? I mean, don't we tell those that are angry just to chill out, man? You know. So when that bewilderment from anger arises, then it's a deluded state. Someone who is extremely angry may do things they would not normally do, like even down to killing someone else, just due to anger, due to that frustration. You know, in certain third world countries, they have what's called a crime of passion. And a crime of passion just means that the dude meets a girl, he thinks, this is mine. And someone else jumps on her, and then he kills him. So that whole psychology that Krishna is talking about, played in a nutshell. While contemplating the objects of the senses, one develops attachment. Right? From attachment, lust develops. From lust, anger. From anger, bewilderment. From that bewilderment of memory because of anger, delusion arises. And then Krishna says at that point a person falls down into the material pool. It means that you're stuck here under this material energy thinking you're it. What a bummer. What a bummer. And this is, unfortunately, a lot of people in the world are in that consciousness. So what our job here is that what we're trying to do is say, if you want to lift your consciousness, it's described sometimes like a lotus flower. You know, sometimes you'll be in some place and you'll see quite filthy water. It may have all kinds of impurities in it. But out comes this very pure thing, the stem of a lotus with a bud on it. And it opens up the lotus and you've got the most wonderful smelling flower just opening up like that. So it's described that similarly, we can raise our consciousness like this, above the material pool. Yeah, you can purify your consciousness simply by the chanting. Now, this chanting doesn't mean to say you have to join anything or quit anything. Doesn't mean to say you have to do anything except maybe apply it a little bit, if you can. I like to say to people that I guarantee if you chant, there will be a result. Because I know there will be. I have no doubt. I look at my own miserable past before I was chanting. You know, just another soul roaming around the world, a bit lost. And then somehow or other I came into contact with this chanting back in 1971. Most of you guys are in your last bodies in somewhere else. Long time ago. So I started chanting, and yeah. Chanting is something you don't have to believe or not believe. But if you're able to apply it in your life, somehow or other, just even a little bit, there will be a result, and it's always positive. It's kind of like, if you're cold, you don't have to believe or not believe that standing in front of a fire will warm your body. If you take the trouble just to do it, your body will get warm by standing in front of that fire, right? If your body's cold. It's just natural. So the same with chanting. If you put yourself in front of the chanting like that, then automatically there's going to be a result. Yeah. And that result is always very purifying. Why? Why do we say this? It's because it's not material sound vibration. These yoga sounds descend into this material platform for our benefit. How's that? For your benefit, for my benefit. And if we take hold of them, kind of like a rope, you know, we're like drowning in this material ocean, you know. It's like a rope comes down, you know. Some people might say, oh no, I'm okay, I don't need to hang on to the rope. And there's a guy out there saying, hey, grab the rope, man. You want to get out of this ocean, you're going to drown. I'm fine, I'm a strong swimmer. No, that's a fool, that's a fool. If you want to grab the rope, it's kind of like that. So the rope, in this sense, we can also use that same analogy as these yoga sounds. So there's many ropes. Grab them. Just add them to your life. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to believe anything or not believe anything. You don't have to join anything. You don't have to quit anything you're doing. But just add. If, for example, you're coming from a Muslim background, no problem. In the Quran, you know, there are 1,001 names of Allah. Just chant them. Go for it. Yeah, if you're coming from a Christian background, no problem. It's not about sectarian. It's not about this team or that team. It's about there's an original cause for all of us, and we're all coming from it. Kind of like a vast fire, and we're like sparks springing from that fire. So many sparks are coming off that fire. And that's the analogy. You're one spark, I'm another spark. This person's another spark. So we have the same certain qualities as a fire, in the sense that there is a little warmth, there is a little light, but it's not complete, is it? It's not like the whole fire. So we have, in minute detail, we do have certain qualities about us, but they're limited. And it's good to know our position, because this is the second part of the yoga teaching, is to know where I sit in this material energy, that I'm dominated over by it. I'm not in control of it. You know, some people will brag how they're in control of their life. Actually, many years ago, I had a friend whose parents were very wealthy, and they both were killed in an accident. So he ended up with several $1 million And this is going back, this is in New Zealand. This is going back a long time, man. And in those days, $7 million, several $1 million was like, $500 million today. It's a huge amount of money. Anyway, he just went for it. Anything his senses wanted, he could supply. He wanted sex, it was there. He wanted drugs, it was there. He wanted material possessions, he got whatever he wanted. The best car, nice house. I think he got a couple of houses. Anyway, I saw him about 6 years after that, roughly nearly 6 years after that. And he was gone, he was finished. His eyes looked like tombstones, He was hooked on heroin, just lost. But he was still saying, I'm so free, man, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. Nah. To the yogi, this person is a prisoner. He's a prisoner of his mind, which was uncontrolled, and his senses, which are dragging the mind around after them. Whatever his senses were saying, he felt that freedom was, I can supply my sense that object. So therefore I'm free. He thought money equated to freedom. But actually he was caught in a prison, a type of prison. Real freedom is when you're master of your mind and your senses. You have control over them. When one of them calls, you can turn around and say, no, not today, my friend. Best to shut up and calm down. I've eaten dinner. I'm going for a walk. After dinner to help things digest, get the energy flowing. Walk past Pizza Hut or Domino's. And the nose is going, oh, just a little pizza. You know that what's going to happen. You're going to eat that sucker and your gut's going to feel doubly full. You're not going to be digesting when you're sleeping. All the energy is going to be going to your stomach. You're going to wake up the next day feeling hazy, You know what I'm saying? So a wise person will say, no, my dear tongue, just be quiet. You've already eaten, Otherwise, we learn, this is called, there's a word in yoga, it's called Goswami, means master of the senses. We may not be master of the senses, but we can learn to control them at least to a certain degree. So they're not dominating us. We're not their servants. The tongue calls, yes, my master. Yes, have another pizza. Yeah, let's have a bottle of lemonade or Coke with that or something. You know what I'm saying? That overindulgent tendency we sometimes exhibit. So it's a huge subject matter, but what we try and do is give a little glimpse of what our material situation is here in this material atmosphere, which is not our home. You are eternal. You're in a place that is dominated by temporary time. Time is ticking away. So there's something wrong in that equation, isn't there? If you're eternal, what are you doing in a position where you're governed by time? It's a bad equation going on there. So it's described, we're like a fish out of water. You can sometimes you go to the wharf, you'll be cruising down, you see a little fish flapping on the wharf. He's not happy. He's heading for death. And you can offer him anything. You can offer him the keys to a new Lamborghini. No, he's not interested. You can offer him the keys to a beautiful house, a gold card. No, you can give him, say here's Miss Australia for a wife. He's not happy. You can offer him anything materially that so-called bring happiness on some person's level anyway. No, we know what makes him happy. You got to put that poor little guy back in the water, back in his element, and then he's off. He's happy. Yeah, I got my life back. So you, the soul, are the same. In this material atmosphere, you're like flapping on a wharf. You really are. Sorry to say. You belong, because you're eternal, you belong in an eternal atmosphere. And this ain't it. So these eternal yoga sounds descend, and what they do, they can pick us up. They actually are sound representations of that fire we're springing from. They're invested with full transcendental spiritual potency. And like I said, you don't have to believe me, but I challenge people to try it out at least. What do you got to lose? Chanting a few mantras here and there. Even if you look at it just for a focus thing, fine. Better than going 1, 2, 3 as you breathe in. Gokula Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You got nothing to lose. All right. So, are there any questions? I won't go on too much longer. Anything in there that you felt you want to ask about? It's not hard to understand this stuff. We kind of know it. It's an integral part of our nature to be aware of our own internality. That's for sure. It's just natural. You know, I'm an eternal spark of life. And so are you, and so are you. So are all you guys. Yeah. But you're individual. You're not me. I'm not you. It's not that we all merge together and become the whole thing. No. I'm eternally me, and the very fact I can say that means that I'm independent from you. I'm independent, and so are you. You're independent. You're eternally going to be existing. And this is just a tiny speck in the ocean of your existence, this one body you have on now. It is not you. You do have spiritual form. It is called Swarup. That is there. And it's got nothing to do with gender as we know it in this world. It totally transcends it. Yeah. So our hope is that some of this might help you. You know, the idea just to stimulate and bring different thoughts, things you may have thought about, or clarify things you already know. We're not out to be sensational or anything like that. We're not out to create a cult or a sect or. This information, like I said, it's eternally been available to us Jivaratmas, to us living entities. It's always there. As long as there's been living entities in this universe, the way to get out of this universe is there with us in the form of Veda or yoga wisdom. Yeah? So in this particular age we're living in, it is called Kali Yuga. It's a cycle of the universe we're going through. The prescribed method for spiritual advancement is very, very simple. Simply chant. And that's it. Okay, I just got the thumbs up from the kitchen. That means I got to stop. And what they'll do is bring some food out so you can eat. And until that happens, we can chant. And after eating at about 6:30, we'll start chanting again and go through to about 8 o'clock. And there'll be a couple of other people chanting as well. Okay, so let's have a little chant now while we wait. Hari Bol. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Gokula Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohan. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Hi, well, guys, thank you. Let's get into some meeting and then we'll get back to channel.
So as you've heard, if you're new or if you've been before, you know that we just focus on the sound of these mantras, allow it to wash over your mind, and repeat after when I finish. Excuse me a moment. Alright. And you're encouraged to chant very loudly. And I'll start off with a couple of mantras offering respects to my spiritual teacher. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Sivaswarapananda Paramaham Siti Namine. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasali Bhakta Vrinda. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasali Bhakta Vrinda. I'm going to play bass, Okay, all done. Aja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrindam Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Gopala. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana So, should we do now? Wrap it up? Yeah, come on.
So we usually start, not all the time, but generally we start chanting with our obeisances. And it's so that when we're chanting, we're aware of where it's coming from, who's given it to us. So just bear with us, a couple of mantras and then we'll get into it. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutana Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Hari Bol. Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Hari Bol. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Hari Bol. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Hari Bol. Gokula, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gokula, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, All right. Gokula, Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gokula, Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. 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 Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Haribo. We can do a sing-along chant. We chant it all together, if you would, and pretty simple. Madana Mohana Murari. And sometimes people think, oh, what am I saying? Madana Mohana, what's that mean? All right, well, I'll give a 0.0001 description that I hold on to when I chant it, and that's that. You know, in this world we see beauty everywhere. It's all around us. There's a lot of garbage here, but it's kind of that yin yang thing. You know, you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So the beauty we see, you know, oftentimes in the eyes of our loved ones, or you know, through nature itself. And it's very attractive to us. We're very attracted to that beauty. But it's not consistent. It's just a little flash here and there, and then it's gone. So it's described the absolute truth as so attractive, but constantly attractive. So Madana Mohana refers to that reservoir of all beauty, the most beautiful of all. There's nothing more beautiful. When you contact the divine, when you remember after all, the meaning of the word yoga, the real meaning of yoga means when you, the soul, again unite in love with the Supreme Soul, the divine. So when that occurs, the Supreme Soul is Madana Mohana, the most attractive. So attractive. Now Murari is another sound representation of the Supreme, yoga sound. And it means, well, in this world, we were talking about illusion before, you know, and how the senses were put into illusion. We think something is real when in fact it's not. And when we think like that, we oftentimes get into trouble. You know, I'm thinking this will give me some pleasure, and I go for it, and I just end up miserable again in the long term. And you know, I'll leave that up to you to interpret, because we all have our own examples, you know. I mean, bliss for a child may be a room full of candy, but after 1 hour of eating candy, that child's going to be very sick. You understand? So illusion, thinking, oh, this candy will make me happy. And when we're bigger, we think, oh, this money will make me happy, this will make me happy, that'll make me happy. We're servants of that illusory energy. Well, Murari is that aspect of the Supreme that protects us against the onslaught of that illusion. In other words, by chanting Madana Mohana Murari, let my mind, let my heart, let me be attracted to the most beautiful of all, that protects me. He protects me against the illusory energy of this world in the most wonderful way. So, just a little description. Like I said, that's only 0.001% of a description. These names can be described indefinitely. They bring out everything. Because everything is included in the divine, everything is included in the names of the divine. The names of the Supreme and the Supreme are non-different. They're identical. There's absolutely no difference on the spiritual platform. I'll chant it through and then we can all chant together. Madana Mohana Murari, Madana Mohana Murari, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. All right, let's all go. Haribo, Haribo. one more. Medana, Mohana, Murari. Medana, Mohana, Murari. Hari Haribol, thank you. I'd like to invite Jiva Krishna Das up to come and take us out for the evening. Yeah, Haribol.
Hey, everybody. There's a better word than that.
OCD?
No, definitely not that. Idiosyncrasies, how's that? Okay, feel better. Right. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda,
Dana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama 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 Dana Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, I think we got time for one more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol, everybody. Namaste. Thank you very much. Cup of chai if anybody wants to stay around for a little bit. Other than that, Haribol. See you next week. Thank you.